Welcome back to part 3 of wrapping my TBR. This is my pile for today. This is the last of my TBR pile right now, but I ran out of tape, so I'm going to be putting these strips of paper in them with the number. So I'm just going to put them in the book like this, and then we'll see the number sticking out. So I'm actually going to be starting with numbering these guys first. I'm going to go up to 20 because I have those gaming dice that go up to 20, and then I'll figure it out from there. So I'll just say 1, 2, 3. Where do my books come from? Most of them come from thrift stores and yard sales because I don't have a lot of money to be spending $13 to $30 on one book all the time. Honestly, when I was a kid, I didn't know that people actually spent more than maybe $5 on one book. I literally had no idea until I met my husband, whose family also loves books, and they took me to a bookstore one day, and I literally was just horrified. I was like, oh my gosh, people spend this much money on a book? I love books, but I just couldn't fathom the idea that somebody would spend that much money on a book. Now I will do it. I also understand that it takes an author a long time to actually write the book and a lot of process, and I can appreciate the price now and understand why and where it comes from. But when I was a kid, I had no idea, and I was just in shock. I will go to the bookstore and spend money on books, but for the most part, I still try to just get from the thrift stores and things because that's what I can afford, and then just go to the library. Book or... oh, this one is horribly wrapped. Book or Kindle? My husband wanted to give me a Kindle, but we've kind of held off on that right now because I don't like the idea of not holding a physical book in my hand and then being able to put it up on my shelf. I feel like I have too much screen time as it is, and I would rather not add to that by having a screen book. I think I've tried to read on a Kindle before, but I couldn't do it. I hated it. I couldn't focus. I don't know. There was just something about not holding a physical book in your hand, turning the pages physically. I just hated it. Maybe someday for traveling, I'll get one just for traveling, but I don't want to spend money for a book that I can't physically have, and if the power goes out, well, there goes my book. There's no battery limit on these. Alright, starting on 25. I'm up to 30. I didn't realize I had that many actually in my TBR. Let's say 25. The Art of Racing in the Rain. I saw this commercial for the movie and it looked really cute, so then I ended up with the book and then I just didn't read it, but that's okay because now I'm going to. Tangerine. My husband got me this one. He read it as a kid and he said it was actually pretty good. He also got me Holes and... oh, he got me Fahrenheit 451. So these two are also from him. His recommendations. The Pirate Coast. Thomas Jefferson, the First Marines, and the Secret Mission of 1805. I love American history, so I'm actually really excited to read this one. The Handmaid's Tale. I actually did start it. If you like my bookmark. I'm actually a licensed hairdresser, so I had a pretty foil for highlighting, and I guess it turned into my bookmark. Anyways, I heard a lot about this. I kind of want to watch a TV show. I'm really interested to see what it's like, so... oh, it needs a bookmark. It's pretty foil, though. Memoirs of a Geisha. Phantom of the Opera. My husband didn't get me this one, but I saw it at a thrift store, and my husband really liked the play, and he said it was really cool because... well, I guess I shouldn't spoil it. But there's a part in the play that's really exciting. But... I've never seen the play. I would like to see it. He really likes the play, so I figured I'd get the book and try to read that. And then if I like it, maybe we'd be able to go see the play together sometime, which would be really cool. Because Personal History of Rachel Dupree. I think this is a... oh no, okay. For some reason I thought this was a Civil War one. I thought this was a Civil War book, but apparently not. Either way, still exciting. The Stolen Heir. Oh no. The Stolen Heir is the second series that comes from The Cruel Prince, and I know it's about Oak, Jude's younger brother. Oh my gosh, I love The Cruel Prince so much. And honestly, I don't think I started this yet because I'm scared that it won't be as good. I just haven't picked it up. I'm scared to read it because I don't want to be disappointed, because I love The Cruel Prince so much that I just don't want to be disappointed. Oh my goodness, we have so many books here. I'm going to go through them and then I'll put the numbers in them and then we'll roll the dice and see which one I have to read. This Fine Life, The Last Legacy. I did read, it's the lady who wrote Saint. I did like her other books. I'll probably enjoy this one, and I do own Saint. It's not up here for some reason, but that is also on my TBR. What Beauty There Is, my husband actually, I believe, got me this one. He'll pick up random books for me sometimes if he thinks it looks interesting, so I'm excited to read them. I love it when he brings me home books. It's like a little love language thing. Wolves, Boys, and Other Things That Might Kill Me. The Invention of Fire. Love's Rescue. I feel like this is a Christian historical fiction about the Civil War, but I'm not sure. Split Ends. I picked up this book at a thrift store because I'm pretty sure it's about a hairdresser, and since hairdresser, I don't enjoy cutting hair though. I really like to do highlighting in fantasy colors. I think it'd be really fun to read a book about a hairstylist, because I'm a hairstylist and it just seems fun. Uncle Tom's Cabin. I think it was on one of the banned lists along with To Kill a Mockingbird and some other more historical books. I haven't hated on it. I'm not going to hate on it because I think it's important to have stories from all walks of life, from all times in history. And just because there is a little bit of bad history out there doesn't mean you shouldn't study it and know about it. That's just what happened, and you can't really fix it now. But banning it isn't going to help anything, so I'm definitely going to read this. Ink, Iron, and Glass. This looks like a fantasy, which will be exciting because I have a crap ton of historical fictions around me right now. The Scorpio Races. I don't know, but I had a horse on it, and I'm an equestrian. I love horses. I have horses. I grew up around horses. I was obsessed with like Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, Black Beauty, and Black Stallion. So this kind of made me think of the Black Stallion. I think it's the second movie where he actually does the desert race with his horse. I don't know, I just felt like it would be kind of similar to that, so I was really excited to read it because of that, but I don't actually know. The Daring Ladies of Lowell. I also have I have most of these. I don't have the whole series yet of, I think it's Crave series. It's pretty similar to Twilight in a way. I'll talk more about them later. I don't have the whole series, but I did buy these two, so I'm going to kind of lump these as one because I don't want to read one and then read something else and read the next one. So these will kind of be rolled into one number. Dividing Eden and Eden Conquered. I bought these because the pictures were pretty and they were in the clearance section. They're so pretty. I'm excited to read them, but I'm really scared that the pretty covers are not going to live up to as pretty of a story. So we'll see. They're also going to be lumped into one number because they're one series. There's over 50 books in here, so that'll take me a little while. Welcome to my tiny living room bookshelf. This is going to be my TBR bookshelf. It's 23. Milo. He thinks he's a lap dog sometimes, or right now he's trying to chase the cat. Okay, dog. No, Milo, don't step on my books, please. Milo, you gotta get out of here, dog. 4. Okay, we're moving on to the ones with the tabs in them because I ran out of tape, and I'm not running to the store because that's like 30 minutes away. My dog, I feel like I swear I have one of the clingiest dogs in the world. My camera battery died, but that's okay. I just have to finish putting everything on the shelf, and then I'll roll the dice, and we'll be good. These are all the books here that I have numbered that I didn't get wrapped. These are all my books that I currently just have. Also, can we just appreciate this cool little, wow, it's not gonna focus, this cool little dragon that my little brother made me though. But he's so cool. It was like the first one he's ever made, so we couldn't find elastics small enough for his joints and everything because you have to put elastics through his whole body so that he can move. But that's so cool. So I have them on my fourth wing for right now. I'm not really going to put these in order. It doesn't really matter if they're in too much of order, so I'm just going to kind of start putting these up. I do want to wrap them at some point, but for right now the tabs will have to do. See how many I can get on this shelf, and I might have to take down my dinosaur and my painting up there for the rest of them, but we'll see. So these are all the actual paper wrapped ones. These are ones with the tabs. I have like 3 left. Then I have that little stack of books I have not read yet. 4 Dead Queens, A Crown of Bones, Replica, and Ash Princess. So I'm gonna also add tabs to these ones. Then I have Saint and these, but I have to make sure I have the first one before I actually read these ones. I also have the some Virgin Rivers and then some Bridgertons, but I'm not going to add those to my TBR yet because those I'm going to wait and keep for after I read the actual Bridgerton books. Then I'll move on to these because these are, I guess I have a couple actual Bridgertons. I know I have one. I think this is one. But these are going to be saved until I read Bridgerton, so I'm going to actually pile those under my bookshelf. Actually, instead of putting the rest of those up there, because I don't know where I want to move my dinosaur and my painting, I'm going to put the rest of these tabbed books down here on the bottom for right now. So these ones I still have to tab. This book, I don't know what it's about, but the cover is so pretty, and you can start it. It's 2 books in one, basically. You can start it. This is the beginning of one, and you flip it over, and it's the beginning of the second one, or another one. So, I don't really know, but it's very interesting, and so I'm really excited. It's an interesting cover. I'm actually borrowing the Blackthorn Key series, so I have the whole series to read of that, but I might simultaneously read this series with whatever I have to read. I have the whole series, it's somewhere else in the house. I was also recommended and given Fablehaven by the same person who gave me the Blackthorn Key. They said that I would love it just because there's a lot of fantasy elements and fantasy creatures to it, which I probably will because his explanation of it kind of made me think of Keepers of the Lost Cities, which I really enjoyed those too. And then this is This is a different series from the Fablehaven series about the dragons, which I don't really know what that means right now, but I'm excited to find out. He said he didn't like these as much, so I'm not as in a hurry to get to these ones, but I'll definitely let you know when I finish both of those series. It's not very organized right now, we just moved into a new house, but this is my husband's section of books I either want him to read, books I think he'd find interesting, so once I finish all this TBR, I might go for these ones right here. She's an amazing author. I don't know if I'll read that one. It's more of a military story, so we'll see. But these are all of my TBR. This entire thing right here is my TBR. So let's go roll the dice now and see which one we get. Just ignore the mess. I'm going to clean that up once I find more tape so I can wrap a few more books. I play Magic with my husband and my brother sometimes. Not very good at it though. It's so confusing to me. But I have a dice. A little rolly dice that has a lot of numbers, so that'll be a lot more helpful with some of those higher. For the ones that are past 20, I'll probably just keep rolling it and then get a small number and a small number and see what it adds up to, I guess. I have this weird little ledge by the bed, as you can see. I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to roll my dice right here. Ooh, we got a 2. I don't know why my camera won't focus, but we got a 2. I promise it's a 2. We rolled a 2 for book 2. So, I already forgot what these books are. I mean, I remember a couple of them, so I'm really excited. So, number 2. Mistress of Rome by Kate Quinn. This is my next read. If I absolutely hate a book, I will DNF it. I'm not gonna struggle through and waste my time through a book that just doesn't interest me, but I'm going to try with all of them, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like most all of them. I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna get reading, and I will keep you up to date. Now, go get to your own TBR pile.